news coverage from the nooks and crannies of Nigeria and beyond. Journey with us through the news we tracked for you at this moment on your shining supreme station. On Diamond 88.7 FM, we give credible, factual, balanced reports at all time. Join us as we take you around the globe on the world news. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, your shining supreme station.
From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines, Appeal Court set aside Rivers 2024 budget passed by Edison Ehie faction. Bill to allow road safety officers bear arms scales second reading. Makinde charges PDP to implement recommendations of Reconciliation Committee. And on the foreign scene, China calls for foreign fighters to withdraw from Libya. In business news, report shows AI will increase global e-commerce fraud by 2029. In entertainment news, Iris Star eats 2 billion streams on Spotify. In the world of sports, Boniface expressed confidence over Libya defeat in Uyo. Good evening and many thanks for joining us for news across the world on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. I am OMONIKE BABATUNDE. You can listen to us via our website at www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. You can also download our app on Play Store, Diamond 887 FM. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Don't go away, please.
Drug abuse affects both brain and behavior. It has multifaceted impacts on one's body, mind, and nervous system. However, you can avoid being addicted by giving zero tolerance to the use of drugs. Associate yourself with the right persons. Do not give in to peer pressure and learn to handle life's pressure rather than resorting to hard substances. Remember, Diamond 88.7 FM cares for your sound spirit and good health.
This message is from Diamond 88.7 FM.
You're welcome back from that short break, and now the news in detail. The appeal court in Abuja has affirmed the judgment of the Federal High Court, which set aside the 800 billion naira budget passed by the 5-member of the Rivers State House of Assembly, which was led by Edison Ehie. The appellate court has today dismissed the appeal filed by the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, on grounds that it lacked merit. The court held that Governor Fubara withdrew his counter-affidavit at the lower court in the matter, and as such cannot commence an appeal in the matter he did not challenge at the trial stage. In the unanimous judgment, the court said that Governor Fubara is expected to apply the rule of law and not the rule of might. The court further stated that the situation in Rivers State House of Assembly is an executive dictatorship by the governor and a joke taken too far. The Trade Union Congress TUC has demanded the return of petrol prices to what they were as of June 2023. TUC President Festus Asifo said this at a press briefing in Abuja today, asking the government to specially intervene in the sector by giving foreign exchange to Dangote refinery at $1 to 1,000 naira and not at the current rate of $1 to 1,600 naira exchange rate in order to crash petrol prices. The TUC leader elaborated on the availability, affordability and accessibility of petrol for all Nigerians, saying that the commodity is essential for all Nigerian households, even those without a second-hand value car. The trade union further disclosed that the federal government, through the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA), should give all marketers license to lift petrol from the Dangote refinery, adding that the NNPCL should source refined petrol from other places if Dangote refinery cannot meet the current daily demand of Nigerians. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission (FRSC) Act 2007 to make officers bear arms has scheduled second reading in the House of Representatives today. The bill, which was sponsored by Abiodun Hadesida, representing Ondo APC, and Olaide Mohammed, representing Oyo APC, seeks to establish Road Safety Special Arm Squad and make call on the rank of Deputy Corps Marshal enjoy benefits attached to that grade, including retirement grade. The bill also seeks to empower the Commission with a responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management. The bill, when passed into law, will empower the Commission to supervise users of public roads, regulate traffic, clear obstruction on any part of the public roads with the aim of preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads. The bill seeks to mandate the Commission to educate drivers, motorists, and other members of the public on the proper use of public roads and other related matters. In his ruling, the Speaker of the House, Tajudeen Abbas, referred the bill to the Committee on FRSC for further legislative actions. As reconciliation efforts within the People's Democratic Party (PDP) is ongoing across the country, the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has urged the national leadership of the party to adopt a comprehensive approach in implementing the recommendations of its reconciliation committee. Speaking at the PDP National Reconciliation Committee's press briefing held at the Agodi Government House in Ibadan over the completion of its assignment in Southwest, the Oyo State Deputy Governor Bayo Lawal, who represented Governor Makinde, emphasized the importance of unity and collective effort within the party to achieve the primary aim of the committee. The governor commended the national body of the party for setting up such a reconciliation committee comprising highly respected leaders of PDP with vast political experiences in and outside of government. He expressed optimism that the reconciliation committee, with former two-term governors of Osun and Gombe states, Olagunsoye Oyinlola and Ibrahim Dakombo, as the chairman and the secretary of the committee respectively, and other eminent personalities, would come up with recommendations that would help the party strengthen it and reposition it for future elections. Still on local news and still on the PDP internal crisis. The Board of Trustees of the party has asked the National Working Committee to urgently convene a National Executive Committee meeting to address the crisis within the party. Chairman of the PDP Board of Trustees, Senator Adolphus Wabara, made a recommendation at a meeting of the Board of Trustees in Abuja today. Nabara also urged all those invited by the party's disciplinary committee for investigation to freely present themselves to the committee, stressing the supremacy of the party over any member. According to him, the Board of Trustees held a significant meeting with the Governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, in August, where issues around the political situation in the state and its effects on the party were discussed. The House of Representatives has advocated for a thorough review of existing tax laws and policies to streamline tax collection processes and eliminate redundant or overlapping taxes that contribute to the financial burden on citizens, with a view to identifying areas of double taxation at all levels to provide relief to citizens without jeopardizing government revenue targets. The House also wants the government and the relevant agencies to be sensitized on the plight of the masses by reviewing current tax policies to prevent the imposition of unnecessary multiple taxes, particularly on essential goods and services. Adopting a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Peter Anikwe, the House also asked the federal government to consider alternative revenue generation strategies such as widening the tax net to capture more high-income earners, strengthening enforcement of existing tax laws, and plugging leakages in the system, exploring measures to increase export of cash crops and agricultural produce. As the world celebrates Mental Health Day, declared by the World Health Organization since 1992, a professor of psychiatric and consultant psychiatrist with the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, Professor Peter Omonike, has called on the government, employers of individual workers to prioritize and promote mental health. In his lecture at the Federal Psychiatric Hospital Budoegba titled, "It is time to prioritize mental health in the workplace," Professor Ajiboye stated that there cannot be health without mental health, as the work environment determines one's mental health. He added that better ability to cope with life stresses, positive self-image, health relationship, and better productivity are important to him. Giving warning against the ways of individuals contribute to stress, he said that decent work supports good mental health by providing livelihood, sense of confidence, purpose, and self-actualization, well as platform for structured routine. In his opening, the Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Professor Isa Baba Awoye, disclosed that the World Health Organization has set aside October 10th every year for World Mental Health Day since 1992, and since the last 3 years that the hospital has been established, the day has always been celebrated. Still on World Mental Health Day, a senior nursing officer at the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, Mrs. Mohammed Aminat, shared a perspective on the mental health challenges faced by healthcare workers, highlighting the impact that work environment has on workers' mental well-being.
Look stressed up. Secondly, he or she might be aggressive to patients and even colleagues. Number 3, there will be negligence to duty. The person will not do the necessary things he or she is supposed to do. The person will not be always present and punctual at work, giving excuses that I'm supposed to be in somewhere like so place, my grandma is sick, my baby is that, my husband is sick, this, giving a lot of excuses.
Mrs. Aminat also further mentioned practical solutions for alleviating workplace stress, saying that casual leave, which is quite different from annual leave, is essential when a worker experiences stress and physical breakdown.
Staffing, increase the number of staff. If the management of the hospital are aware of this stress among the health workers, they should employ more so that the workload will reduce on the health workers. 2, make time to rest. At work, at least an hour is supposed to be given or granted for health workers to relax, maybe in a secluded room.
The news across the world is reaching you from them at 88.7 FM. Ilori will go on a break now, and when we return, we'll bring you foreign, business, entertainment, and sport news. Do stay with us.
Follow us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
yau ce ranar allurar mu ta yi wa kai fa. Mai gida, da wannan allurar dakatar da haihuwa babu fargaban ɗaukar ciki. Akwai hanyoyi 3 masu sauƙi na yi wa kai allurar. Na 1, zan bincini cinyata. Na 2, zan yi allurar a wurin da na bincini cinyata. Na 3, za mu iya jin daɗin kariya har na wata 3.
Anya ba zafi?
Yar ƙaramin allura ce mai gida.
Har kin yanzu nan da sauri haka?
Ai na faɗa maka mai gida.
Domin neman ƙarin bayani game da allurar yi wa kai, ku kira mu kyauta akan layin Airtel idan aka danna 421 sannan 30 ko ku ziyarci shafin mu ta yanar gizo a discoveryourpower.org. Wannan sako ya zo muku ne da ƙungiyar lafiya ta iyali tare da haɗin gwiwar ma'aikatan lafiya ta tarayya.
You're welcome back from that break. You're still listening to news across the world reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilori. Now we move on to the foreign scene. China's deputy permanent representative to the United Nations, Dia Bing, has reiterated the necessity for external armed forces and mercenaries to withdraw from Libya as soon as possible. The Chinese envoy disclosed this at the Security Council briefing on the UN support mission in Libya, saying that the peaceful reconstruction of Libya is now at a critical stage and to promote political transition is an important cornerstone to ensure its long-term peace and stability. They therefore called on the international community to continue to support efforts in seeking African solutions to African problems, as well as promoting a political settlement in the Libyan issue. Still on the foreign scene, Colombians protesters have demonstrated in the country's capital, Bogota, marching in support of the country's president and vice president after electoral authorities ruled in favor of investigating financial misconduct allegations against their 2022 election campaign. The demonstration was organized by a group representing Colombians of African descent. Both President Gustavo Petro and Vice President Francia Mackay garnered large support from the group during their campaign for the historical Pact Alliance. The investigation to be carried out by the National Electoral Council will focus on whether the campaign exceeded financial limits and whether it accepted funds from prohibited sources. That's it from the foreign scene. Up next is our business news.
Diamond FM Business News.
In our business update today, a new study by a leading authority on fintech and payment market, Juniper Research, has projected that global e-commerce fraud will rise from $44.3 billion in 2024 to an unstable $107 billion by 2029, marking a growth of 141%. This sharp increase is attributed to the growing use of artificial intelligence (AI) by fraudsters, enabling more sophisticated and large-scale attacks across the e-commerce ecosystem. The report highlights how AI, particularly through the creation of deepfakes, poses a significant threat to online merchants by defeating verification systems. That ends our business news. Up next is
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
In our entertainment news today, Afrobeat sensation Oyinkansola Aderibigbe, popularly known as Iris Star, surpassed 2 billion streams on Spotify. This feat follows the success of a second album, The Year I Turned 21, which has garnered over 500 million streams on the platform. The album's genre-bending sounds and introspective lyrics has contributed significantly to Iris Star's streaming numbers. Still in entertainment news, Nigerian actress Laide Bakare has shared her thought on achieving lasting career success, highlighting the value of starting a family early. In a recent interview on an internet podcast, the Yoruba film actress encouraged aspiring stars to prioritize having children over getting married, drawing from her own experience as a single mother. She emphasized that establishing a family early provides the foundation for a more focused career path later on, adding that marriage is not necessary for starting a family. That's into entertainment news, and up next is our sport news.
Diamond FM Sports News.
From the exciting world of sport today, Super Eagles striker Victor Boniface has assured Nigerians that Libya won't escape defeat ahead of Friday's 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Super Eagles are leading Group D with 4 points and are the only team yet to concede a goal in the group, and a double-header victory over Libya will see them move clear and edge closer to securing qualification. While Libya will be desperate to get their first win of the qualifying campaign, Boniface, however, told football fans in an interview that the North African team will end up losing at the Gottlieb Akpabio International Stadium. Meanwhile, Super Eagles winger Moses Simon has warned that Libya will not come easy for Nigeria. The Nantes Star stated that the Super Eagles will do their best to get the victory against Libya. Still from the exciting world of sport. Spanish tennis player Rafael Nadal has today announced his retirement after the Davis Cup finals in November, ending a career that brought 22 Grand Slam titles and global respect. He also inspired iconic rivalries such as Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Nadal disclosed these in a social media clip, saying that it has been difficult these past years, especially the last two, adding that the decision to retire was a difficult one, which has taken him some time to make. The 38-year-old Spaniard is, however, set to end his 2 decades as a professional with 92 titles and prize money of $135 million. And that's it from the exciting world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of news across the world. But before we go, here's a recap of a major highlight. Appeal Court sets aside Rivers 2024 budget passed by Edison Aye faction. Bill to allow road safety officers bear arms kill second reading. Makinde charges PDP to implement recommendations of Reconciliation Committee. And on the foreign scene, China calls for foreign fighters to withdraw from Libya. In business news, report says AI will increase global e-commerce fraud by 2029. In entertainment news, Iristar eats 2 billion streams on Spotify. From the exciting world of sports, Boniface expressed confidence over Libya defeat in UU. And for today in history, did you know that on this day in 2002, the International Court of Justice ruled against Nigeria after Cameroon laid claim on the oil-rich Bakassi Peninsula, which was under Nigerian jurisdiction. The transfer was formalized in June 2006 when the Nigerian government signed the Green Tree Agreement, marking the official transfer of authority in the region. Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM newsroom number on 091 6062 7526. 091 6062 7526. The news was compiled and edited by Nedu Okore, and my name is OMONIKE. BABATUNDE. Thank you for listening to your shining supreme station, and please stand by for the news in Yoruba language. Good evening.
For up-to-date news reported across the globe, be rest assured you're on the right radio dial. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, your shining supreme station.